Canceling gigs is a fantastic way to really protect your reputation on Fiverr. If we look back to this Fiverr Levels roadmap that I talked about in the start of my section of the course, we looked at the top rated seller status, and you can see that you have to have a very high star rating, 4.7 to 5 on average. So that is extremely high. That's almost 5-star reviews all of the time. And so even one or two 1-star reviews, 2-star reviews can really pull down your whole average, and it can make it much harder to get to that status. So what you want to do is take this option to mutually cancel gigs if you can see that the buyer is not satisfied, and if you don't think that you can satisfy them quickly. I've been in situations where I've made maybe one revision to the gig or added a little bit of extra time, and they still weren't satisfied, and I could just see that there's no way I'm going to satisfy this person. They're always nitpicking, and there's just people out there like that. They might be angry about something else and they just want to take it out on somebody. And unfortunately, what you don't want to do is get sucked into doing 3, 4, or 5 revisions, investing a lot of time into it, and then, feeling bad about refunding them the money. What I do in situations like that is, if I can see that somebody's not happy, I'll make one revision the best that I can. If I can see they're not happy with that, I'll just pull the trigger on this and automatically refund them the money, or suggest that I refund them the money. So how that works is, in the gig or even after you have delivered it, let me go back to this here. What you need to do is scroll down to the bottom. Let me just open it up. And you'll see an option here to mutually cancel the order. So they have to accept this cancellation, and you can select a reason, and something like, I would say, look, apologies for not satisfying you with this gig. I'm offering to cancel this gig and refund your money in full. And 10 out of 10 times in my experience, they've accepted that. So my advice would be to use this to protect your reputation, and the circumstances in which I'd use it are also, use it early. Don't use it as a last resort. I would use this quite early, because that'll save you sinking time into something that's not going to get the results for you, which is really the good review. Now, it can be difficult to do this. I've done this on orders where I had to refund $60, and I'd spent half an hour or even maybe an hour working on it, and it's tough to do, but it's worth it because it protects your reputation. And if somebody sees a 1-star review under your gig, you're probably going to miss 3 or 4 sales that would have added back up to the $60 or whatever it was, or even the $5. So another thing that often happens is, who are these people who kind of are going to give you bad reviews? And the trend that I have noticed is people who message you before they buy the gig. They already have doubts about whether it can meet their requirements. So those people are a little bit dangerous. I mean, it's great that they can message you to clarify something, but a lot of the time, I think they're still not really sure, and then you deliver the gig and they're not happy. So something that I saw another seller do to me recently, which I thought is a great way to preempt that and prevent that, is I had a question about a Google AdWords gig that he was selling, and what he said is, yes, we'll need access to your account, which is fine, but it's possible that when we can't find the solution for you, he's saying basically it's a possibility that I won't be able to answer all of your questions, but I'm willing to take a look at it. And so what he's saying here is, it may be possible that I'll look at it and I won't be able to give you an answer, and that will result in a cancelled gig and losing valuable time from both of us. Is that an issue for you? So maybe he could have worded it a little bit better, but essentially he's saying, look, I can have a look. I'm giving no guarantee that I can find a solution, but I will do my best. Is that a problem? So I think that's a great response, and something that I've learned by seeing another seller do it. So I'm sharing with you here, because I would follow that process as well. And really know that people who message you before a gig, a lot of the time can end up be those ones who are not satisfied, who will give you the bad reviews. And so if you can prevent it even up front, warn them, you're going to reduce the chances of it. And I said, look, no problem, I'll place an order and I'm happy to see if you can help me identify the problem. So I think it's clear. So that's my advice. Use the mutual cancellation, protect your reputation. You really need to do that if you want to get to the 5-star rating. And particularly people who message you, you can prevent that even again without even having to resort to this mutual cancellation by clarifying things up front, saying, I can't guarantee you this, I can do that. So I hope you found that helpful, and I would encourage you to use the mutual cancellation when needed.